Galatians 6:6 and 8 NLT. Those who live only to satisfy their own sinful nature will harvest decay and death from that sinful nature. But those who live to please the Spirit will harvest everlasting life from the Spirit. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. See, he that endureth till the end, the same shall be saved. And there's a lot to endure, right? The book of Acts also says, through many tribulations shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. So there's many things to overcome, but we can't get tired. Akiam and Aquathium. All right, you brothers and sisters, we can't get tired, man. You know, even though our bodies feel like they're giving up, you know, you just feel completely lost sometimes in the sense of, you know, where your carnal life is. You know, you're not placed in where these other people are placed in your age group. You know, some brothers are well off. That's, you know, that's a blessing. But the majority of brothers, you know, and even those brothers that are well off, man, everybody's being persecuted and tried and tested, right? But a lot of brothers just feel out of place, you know, like I'm not supposed to, you know, I'm not doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing to the best of my ability, because the flesh, again, is pulling you, but we have to overcome it with the Spirit. And then when we overcome it with the Spirit, the flesh is also screaming at you, trying to pull you away, you know, saying, hey, you're supposed to have this possession, and then you might get carnal, and, you know, you get these different, you know, jealousies, greediness, covetousness. That's what this lesson is about. You know, this lesson is about covetousness and heaping. You know, heaping unto yourself carnal things. Verse 9. So let's not get tired, right, of doing what is good. And it doesn't pay to do what is good. In this kingdom, you have to remember, you sin to win. That's the thing, man. You sin to win in this kingdom. That's a lesson right there. You got to sin to win. The more iniquity you commit, the more of an antichrist spirit that you're in, right? Anti-Mashiach. Okay, Satan's like, good job, man. Here's a pat in the back. Here's a blessing. Okay, you see people doing coke, selling drugs, you know, selling guns, kidnapping people. They're driving nice cars. Okay, yeah, they got court dates, but they got good lawyers. They got properties. You know, they're living life, man. They're doing their thing. Okay, you have people doing things on the low, right? Sinning and winning. Hey, man, and you're struggling, man. You know, the brotherhood is struggling. The brothers are struggling, man. Things are getting tighter. But that's all part of it. Okay, that's part of the enduring. It says at just the right time we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Therefore, hey, that's a great thing, man. A harvest of blessing. I don't want a harvest of curse. You know, I want a harvest of blessings. Right? It says, therefore, whenever we have the opportunity, right, we should do good to everyone, especially those in the family of faith. Right? The opportunity. Let me look up this word real quick. In the Greek, kahiros. Due measure, a measure of time. Yeah, it's pretty much self-explanatory.